Hello, welcome to the video. In today's vlog, I've got this new branded packaging. I'll show you what it looks like on the back. I've been working on some new jars behind me, wood wicks, obviously, because I've got too many ideas. I need to do something all the time. Whilst I wait for my tins to arrive from China, and then we'll just have a little chat about sort of mental health, being positive in January, and just trying to find some motivation, less procrastination, and just getting on with stuff so we can smash our goals in 2025. So let's get into the video. They're finally here. I've been waiting for about a month now, just under a month actually. I ordered these from China, I ordered them from Alibaba, and they've actually turned out much better than I thought. But I feel like Hetty is now a sponsor of my videos as well. She always seems to sneak into every single scene. But what have I bought? Hessian bags with my logos on, and they actually look sick. Look at that. That is so cool. I'm so pleased with them. They actually work out really cheap as well. So I bought 1,000 of these. They cost £336. That's about 33 pence a bag. And now I did have these ones before, which I just bought on eBay, and they work out at about 36p a bag. So these are cheaper and better and branded. So I'm so pleased with them. They work out super cool. They're just much better than I thought they would be as well. What stopped me from buying stuff from Alibaba before is just the gamble. Like, you don't know what you're going to get and you've got to wait a month before you get it. So yeah, that is crazy. Whew. Yeah, super pleased with these. So all my candles are going to be bagged, branded. They're all going to come in boxes. So it's all just going to have that perfect gift theme thing with it. So if someone buys one, it's a perfect gift to give to someone else. Or if they buy it for themselves, it's like a lovely treat. That's what I want to do. I want to add value where I can, which isn't massively expensive for me, but it just creates that extra touch that when someone buys a candle from me, they go, oh, this has been thought about, that's been thought about, that looks really cool. That's kind of where I'm going with it. And it is all a bit of extra time and a bit of extra money, but I think in the long run, it'll work out and it will just provide that memorable difference when someone buys something. The whole process of unpackaging it is like a little treat in itself. And then if the candle's actually good, we're on to a winner. So, and then behind me, we have all the chaos, things I'm packaging, things I'm getting ready for Amazon. So yeah, there's quite a bit going on at the moment, but that's all for the bin. Yeah, making progress. It feels like I've got a lot of positivity going forwards. It feels like I'm piecing each thing together. It was a cold one this morning. I think it's like -2 or something like that. Proper cold on the dog walk. It's really hard getting out of bed when it's this cold. Like, I just want to stay cozy and stay in a warm bed. So it took a while to get out of bed, but I feel much fresher just being out here. It's nice. And then over the corner, there's some deer. I tried to get a photo of that, whether or not you can see it in the sort of B-roll clips, but yeah. I think there's something else I want to touch on recently, because I've just been in a bit of a rut the past few weeks, I think, leading up to Christmas and after it. It's all just so busy in the chefing world, and then you've got to cram Christmas in and all of this kind of stuff, and I've been a bit under the weather and eating a bit of crap and just not exercising. All of these things kind of combine with the dark, wintry nights. Just been feeling a bit meh, a bit unmotivated, a lot of procrastination. There's been a lot of nothing like too bad, but just a bit negativity, a bit grumpy. I've just been a bit grumpy, and I sort of feel myself slipping into these ruts, and I sort of know when to sort of snap out of it. I'll click with the other hand just to demonstrate I can click my fingers. So once I catch myself, I'm like, right, you need to start eating better, you need to start exercising, otherwise you're just going to be on this slow sort of descent into just being a bit of a degenerate. And I think now, at the ripe old age of 36, it's not very old at all, I notice these things a lot better. So I haven't drank I don't drink anymore, so yeah, the last time I had a drop of booze was like 4.5 years ago. And I've adopted a healthier lifestyle, so when I slip into these sort of unhealthy bits, I do notice a difference on my mindset and just how I feel. So it's now Wednesday, so it's day 3, and I've started eating a bit healthier. I've started exercising a bit more. I've got like a routine for my eating, like a regimen. So I don't eat anything after 7 o'clock, and I sort of everything planned out. Whereas when I'm chefing, I probably won't have anything in the morning. I'll have like a load of black coffees, and then I'll have some nibbles because I'll be trying the stuff I'm making. And then I'll have something at 3 o'clock, and then I'll have something at 10 o'clock before I go to bed. So it's not really conducive for like healthy eating or being that healthy as a person. But it takes a lot of effort to get the meal prep done, which normally puts me off doing it in the first place. But it's all sorted now, basically, a long story short. So I feel much more optimistic and much more positive about everything with my candle business and with sort of life in general. I'm not saying I was depressed or anything, but just a bit meh. You know how you get those sort of feelings. So just goes to show what a difference 3 days can make when I sort of take action into my own hands and just start doing stuff to look after myself. So that's where we're at. So it's given me a lot of hope for my little candle business, because sometimes I get a bit of imposter syndrome. I get a bad review, I get something and I'm like, oh, this is too much hard work, it's pointless, never going to do it. But now I'm like, no, fuck you, I can do it and I will do it. So look after yourself. So the first thing we need to do is attach the wood wicks to the sustainers. In my era of tidying up, I managed to mix all of my wood wick sustainers around. Now all of these aren't created equally. These ones are the best ones, the big, tall, long ones. And then these ones ain't so good. So I've got to try and sift through them and get the good ones. Then I'm going to chuck them in each jar. Then we'll get around to wicking. And then we'll get around to melting some wax and pouring some candles. So it's feeling good at the moment. It feels like I'm making good progress. It feels like I know what I'm doing. It feels like I've got my target audience. It feels like I've got the artwork, I've got the branding down, I've got the vessels down, I've got the packaging. It feels like I've got everything sorted. It's now just the doing of said business. And I truly believe this year I can do the best I've ever done with the goal of £200,000 revenue in a year. I honestly believe it's possible, and I think the first thing you need to do is believe it's possible and make a plan and work towards it. My issue is I'm not very good at planning. I make a lot of goals and I write down a lot of stuff, but I don't plan the day to day. That's what I need to do. Plan the day to day. I do everything on feel and whimsical. It depends. Well, that's a good word. Whimsical. Oh, shite. Depending on how I feel that day. I think these might sound excuses, but as a chef, it gets very tiring. Like if I do 3 or 4 12-hour days in a row, I'm pretty knackered. So if I plan everything, I might not want to do it that day, but that's probably where discipline comes in. It doesn't really matter how I feel. I should just do the thing. So I think what I want to start doing is planning my days and planning what I'm going to start doing, planning when I'm doing my videos, planning what the videos are about. And I think I'll get a lot more done. So this is my plan. Hold me to it. I'm going to become a more efficient Jason going forwards. 2025 is going to be the year of efficiency and less bullshit. It's absolutely freezing in this room, so big cup of tea. Well, herbal tea. Don't really like tea. Yep, I'm gonna get some hate for that. Don't really like English tea with milk. I find it weird. So, big old herbal tea. Time to do some wicking. Got the wax melters filling up, so time to crack on. I feel like my phrase is crack on quite a lot. I've said it so many times in this video. You normally say stuff and you're like, I've said it again. I hate myself. But anyway. So aim of the game is to try and get these central. And this year it's all about scale and systems. That is the plan. Scale and systems. But I've also got to make sure I look after myself, because I feel better when I exercise and when I eat healthy. And I also need to make sure I am present. But I think part and parcel of being present is living a healthier lifestyle. When I'm exercised and fed and I've slept okay, I generally feel happier, and I can be present and I can enjoy the moments. Where sometimes I'm overworked and I'm tired and I'm eating shit, I'm just grumpy. Now this may all change with my impending baby boy. Gonna currently name him Tarquin. He's not really going to be Tarquin, but for the sake of you guys listening, I will name him Tarquin for now. It could all change when he arrives, because then I could be very sleepy and very grumpy. But hopefully not. Anyway, yeah, now I've made a big batch of these. I've made a good start on these. I've made about 30 of these woodwick candles. Going to get them all labelled. I'm going to do pretty much all of my popular scents. Going to get them listed on my website, and then that's going to be a start. Then I'm going to do an email blast just to let people know, my subscribers, that it's what I'm doing, and I'm going to offer them a discount. Something I really neglect, doing my email list. And I know I mentioned it earlier, but I just need to get everything organised, and that's what I was thinking about a minute ago. Do things on certain days, so do like 2 reels a week, 2 Instagram posts a week, and I can schedule them. Do an email blast once a week. If I just do things on the same day every week, there's no excuse for me not to do it. It's just having systems and scaling. That's the plan. And then it is pouring time, so I'm just going to pour these candles. What I like to try and do with the wood wicks is just try and get it over the wick where I can. It's so cold in here as well at the moment. I think it's like 1 degree or -1 outside, something like that. So it's proper cold. The issue with this wax is it does contract a bit after a day, so I might just have to pour a little bit in there just to help increase a bit of glass adhesion. Sometimes they sort of rattle around in the glass. I don't want the candle moving around a lot. But this is the best ever wax I've had with wooden wicks, so I'm happy to tinker around a bit. It doesn't bother me too much. It's the thing I struggle with, patience. Trying to pour slowly and not make a mess of my jars. But inevitably, I always... There we go, missed. But it doesn't take too long to clean up, so it's not the end of the world. So I had to stop recording after a while because I kept making a right mess of it. I made a pig's ear of everything. After me saying I was going to try and be neat and organised, I ended up like catching some of the wood wicks and knocking a bit over. Spilled a bit of wax on the new rug I've got. So I've got like rugs down here just to protect the carpet, just because I'm a bit messy. Bit annoyed about my new rug, but there we are. That's what the purpose is. So yeah, after trying to be super careful, I just knocked a bit of wax all over the shop, but it's fine. It's fine, I think. So I've done the best part of 72 candles minus 70. So 67 candles there. So that's not bad for a couple of hours. And then I'll probably do a little top up tomorrow. So I think as these ones set, they will just contract away from the glass. I'll just pull away a little bit. So I'll go and just do a little top up, and that'll just get down the edges, and that'll just keep it all secure. And as I said, it doesn't really matter what these ones look like. The glass adhesion doesn't matter because I've got a label that kind of wraps around the whole thing. So yeah, pretty happy with all of that. Burn tested a lot of these. Making progress, but it's now 5 to 11, so pretty tired. Started this at just after 9. I should have done more earlier, which is always the case. And the other thing I think as well is I need to Need to get my... what am I trying to say? The wood wicks with the gasket silicone seem to take a bit longer to set, whereas when I'm doing them the cotton wicks, they set pretty quick and they don't really move around. Whereas I think if I get more organized and plan what I'm doing, so for instance, tomorrow I'm like, right, I'm going to make candles tomorrow, then I would have wicked the jars today so they're all set and ready. So it's just about sorting my shit out, really. Working out what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, rather than my whimsical nature where I'm like, right, I'm going to do this today because I feel glorious. Yeah. But that's what's happening, I guess. That's what has been happening. So, focus going forwards, systems, streamline, scale, all of those things, plan my shit. Hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I'm going to leave it there. I think it's been a good insight into what's been happening and my plans going forwards. Hopefully my candle tins will arrive soon and I can get on with them. But in the meantime, these bad boys are what I'm working on. I've also got a wax melt set. I'm toying with keeping. It's selling okay on Amazon, but it's just one extra thing. And I've worked out I could probably sell these for a bit more so I get a bit more profit from them. So I feel more fulfilled doing them than I do the candle tins. So I'm thinking from the glass jars, I'll probably be able to get £8 to £10 profit. From the candle tins, it's more like 5 to 6, depending on the platform. So we'll see. We'll see what turns out to be more popular. I'll stick with doing all of them for now. And then I'll try and wheedle out which isn't working and try and just stick to doing one or two things really well. That's the plan going forwards. Get shit done. Peace out. See you in the next one.